Shalom, it's the 25th of June, and this is my second comment on the book of Hebrews. So, previously I discussed the introduction of the book, the audience, and so forth. I just want to quickly recap, and then I'm going to jump into the first two verses. So first and foremost, any book that is written in the Brit Hadashah, that is compiled in the Brit Hadashah, is a commentary or a letter that is written for a certain congregation or for a congregation to resolve issues within that congregation. And sometimes it also encourages the people, motivate them, and just remind them of the basic principles of the faith of Yeshua and salvation and so forth. So Hebrews is not different to that. Now, yesterday I touched on the reason for writing this book and the audience. Now, in saying that, just on a translation perspective, and this is something I want to really strongly emphasize, is that the Greek is translated into English. Even the 1611 King James, or I think it's 1611 King James translation, has got some additional words inserted to make the English read better. For example, the book of Proverbs, just looking at the Hebrew, most verses in the book of Proverbs consist of 7 or 8 words in Hebrew. But when you translate that into English, it can go up to 15 words. So you have to insert a lot of additional words in order to make the English work. But if you read it from a Hebraic perspective, those 7 or 8 words are enough. Now, the same with the Greek, because it's a different language to English. There are inserted words in order to make the English read and make it understandable for us. Now, in the King James Version, the original translation or the oldest translation, they've made those inserts in italics. So for you to do a study on any book that is translated into English, it's good to use the old King James, even though there's thus and thou and all that in it, but it do highlight all the changes or all the words that were inserted. Now, it's also found in the book of Hebrews. Now, we're going to get to that at the later stage, but I just want to lay the foundation in the beginning so you can understand what I'm going to explain later on. The danger in doing that is that the person who translated the book, whether it was for a modern translation or an original translation, doesn't matter, they had to make a decision which words to pick in English to make the meaning stand out in regarding the context and the message. And sometimes they were tainted by their own beliefs and doctrines. So the words they inserted fitted their point of view in order to make the text read. And just inserting a certain word within a certain passage can change the whole meaning. Now, we're going to touch on that a bit later on. I think it's in Hebrews chapter 6, I think. We'll talk about the new covenant. Back to Hebrews chapter 1. Now, my main focus was to just look at what does Son mean, the Son of God. The Son of God who was just like the prophets of old, someone who spoke to us. So that emphasized the Son as the function of a prophet, and it also said that through him the whole universe was created. Now, that is a play on words that is exactly what John 1 verse 1 to 14 is explaining, that said that in the beginning was the Word, and Word became flesh, and the Word dwelt among us, and he was not recognized or accepted by his own people. That's pointing to the prophets, or how they treated the prophets, and that he was also the one who created everything. So what John added was the fact that the Son is actually the Word as well. Now when you look at the word for Son in Hebrew, it's the word bar, and bar means son, it means firstborn, it means heir, as in the follow-up of the throne of kingship. It also means to cleanse, to purify, to prune, to enlighten, to brighten. It also means beloved, to purge, and to blow the chaff of the crop, to remove the chaff. There's a word for it, I can't remember the word now. So all those meanings relate to the function of the Son, the function of Mashiach, the function of Yeshua. All those meanings are in line with that. What's also interesting is if you just read the meanings of the word bar in relation to the word of Yahweh, they still apply, because his word cleanses us, purges us, blow away the chaff from our lives, the worldliness, the fleshliness, and it's a purification and enlightenment and a brightening process that we undergo through engaging with his word. So the main thought I want to leave with you today is not to forget that the Son of Yahweh is also the Word of Yahweh, and that Word of Yahweh was the medium or the means through which he created everything and through which he is restoring everything. So that's just the basic thought I want to leave with you today, based on Hebrews 1 verse 1 and verse 2. Shalom, I'll speak to you later.